How's it going, fellow YouTubers? All right, I went riding yesterday. I do dirt bike and street riding and whatnot. I've been riding for over 40 years. And I went riding my motocross bike yesterday, and I was going to do an oil change anyway, so I wanted to wait until the motor was good and warmed up before I did it. So I did it. After I rode for maybe 20 minutes or so, drain the oil, and I use magnetic drain plugs, which is also what I'm going to talk about in this segment here, and I'm going to highly encourage, because here is what came out of my crankcase on my dirt bike. Now, I'm not sure yet. These look like locking washers. Let me put them out here. They're only about 3/16. Actually, they're a little bit more than that. Maybe, they're not very large items. Maybe 3/8 of an inch, 7 or 8 millimeters long. Let me zoom in, see if you can see this. They're not very large items. Irrelevant, because they're not normal. I think they're locking washers or pieces of a locking washer inside the crankcase. Tiny little item. However, if you are like me and you know that pieces of metal like this, if they get caught in either part of your gears or your transmission inside of your crankcase, you want to talk about a potential catastrophic failure. Something as small as this could definitely do that. And you want to talk about lucky. Nothing happened. The bike was running fine. I just needed to do an oil change, so I did while I was at the track. And look at what the heck was attached to my magnetic drain plug. All right, now that's the next point. Magnetic drain plugs, some people think they're just some big gimmick. They're not necessary. As you can see, these things are already trying to jump on them. Magnetic drain plugs, highly recommend. And it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you are dealing with, a motorcycle, a dirt bike, a street bike, a car, a freaking gas-powered generator or pressure washer. Honestly, it doesn't matter, because not only do they attract tiny metal particles between each oil change, and for some oil changes, a little bit of metal fragments, little tiny stuff is normal. But when you see something like this, first of all, you thank the holy whatever that you saw this in advance and nothing bad happened, because now you at least have a good idea of what to investigate. But also, it gives you peace of mind knowing that this stupid little thing here, and that's the next point here. They make different types, of course. They make some that are imported from China, like the one on the right is imported from China, and it works fine. But the better ones that are US made, stainless steel, CNC machined, a much stronger magnet than the imported one. That's the next point I want to go through here, because these are not created equal. You can get your little $5 drain plug that's supposed to be good, and it's good, but it does not compare in the least to the much higher quality US made one that we sell on our eBay store and our Amazon store. And I'm going to show you the differences here. They'll both attract metal with no problem. See the US made one up here. Here's the Chinese one. It attracts metal also. And it can work fine. It can give you some peace of mind and some cheap insurance, so to speak. But I have this little scale here. And I'm going to put this hammer. I have a very heavy ball peen style park hammer. Notice on the scale, 1 pound, almost 1 pound, 15 ounces. Okay, it's a pretty stout hammer. I'm going to show you the difference between these two drain plugs as far as their magnetic strength. Okay, with this almost 2 pound hammer, let's do a little strength test here, because that does make a difference. All right, here's your Chinese. Let's get some light going on here. Here's your Chinese magnet. Okay, I'm trying to let it hold it. And it won't hold it. It would fall down. You know, it'll fall basically. It'll slightly pick it up, but it eventually falls off. I'm not holding it. Here's my other hand. Okay, the Chinese one will only slightly pick it up. The American made one, this is a stainless steel with a rare earth magnet. Very strong magnet. It'll actually pick up the hammer. Let me take the washer off. And if I get it on a nice holding surface, here's my other hand, it will hold an almost 2 pound hammer. Okay? So when you're out shopping for magnetic drain plugs, I personally recommend the US made one, and we sell these in our eBay store and our Amazon store. Highly recommend. The quality is not even close to the same as far as, you know, just overall machining quality, quality of the materials, quality of the magnet, strength of the magnet as well. Not even a close comparison. Anyway, all I want to say is that it saved my ass, because who knows what could have happened had these two little shards of metal somehow circulated into the wrong place. Because what happens is, you know, once they get stuck to the magnet, a good strong magnet like this, they're going to stay there. They're going to stay stuck to your drain plug. But a weaker magnet on these cheaper drain plugs, this piece won't even, it sort of holds it, but under extreme conditions and a lot of jumping around and motocrossing and whatnot, see, it'll fly off of it. Where this guy here, it ain't coming off unless I really try hard. Okay, so that's my personal recommendation. I'm not trying to sell you anything. However, just letting you know that we do offer these higher end US made drain plugs in our eBay and Amazon store. So if you think it's a gimmick, think again. Because in between each oil change, not only do I see a little bit of metal fragment, very slight. It's usually like little hairy types of metallic fragments. But every once in a blue moon, if there is a problem about to occur in your bottom end of your engine, if you'll focus, if there's a problem lurking, a little piece of insurance is this guy right here. And that's all I can say about it. This one will hold a 2 pound hammer. This one will not. Simple as that. So check us out. You know, we'll put a link at the bottom of the screen on how you can check out these. We carry them for most of the common sizes, which are the 12 millimeter by 1.5. Also the 14 millimeter 1.5. Those two sizes cover a ton of street bikes, dirt bikes, ATVs. They're the most common sizes, basically. Those two are by far the most common sizes in the power sport industry, and some automotive industry actually use 14 1.5s as well as 12 1.5s. So anyway, check it out, look into it, it's worth it, and that's all I can say about it. And all I can do is hope that my bottom end of my dirt bike is not needing any major repair, but it at least gives me something to investigate.